Just an awful challenge. He's a savage on the field.
That's quite ironic.
Eternal glory, Luster. Eternal glory. Welcome to K5. We are coming back for one more stream this season. A bit of a charity game here. Something a little different this afternoon. Hobart United taking on the referees of FFT. A bit of a fundraiser here for Manoli Katsaurus. The sun is shining. It's a beautiful day. And this could be absolutely anything, Jake Morgan.
It really, really could be. And to be honest, we'll be waxing lyrical about nothing a lot of the time because we've really got to get to know a lot of these players and officials that we're going to see out there today. But tell you what, just having a look at the team sheet today, I'm enthused by one name in particular that has been dished out for us by Hobart United in particular. Hobart United just drawing attention to their number 10, and all that we've been given on that is Meatball.
Yeah, the Meatball, look, it was a tough task tracking him down as to who exactly he was, but look, there's a couple of good stories in this Hobart United team. Mohamed Salah has apparently been named in the starting lineup. Suspecting it may not be Liverpool's Egyptian winger, but we'll see on that. Number 15, Akira, will be known as the man of mystery because no one on the Hobart United sideline actually knew who the guy was. So the man of mystery will be running with for Akira. A few heading to the bench now. The referees, the big shock in the referees, starting, 11. They've given us just a list of names here, but Tony Peart was the captain, the head of the referees. He finds himself on the bench somewhat controversially. Charlie White deposing him as the captain in midfield. Is there maybe some tension inside the refereeing ranks here,
Well, that is very possible, but you do know that Charlie White is well established here in the Tasmanian football community, and when you bring in a big gun recruit like Tony Peart, they simply have to be performing in the big games. So it's absolutely a shock to me to see that man put on the bench for the man that arguably he has replaced. So bit of a trip back in time for the referees here. And I'm excited about what the man Charlie White has to offer, but yeah, controversial from the referees there.
Yeah, a few young pups in this team the referees have put out here today suggests to me they've really taken this one seriously.
Mm-hmm.
They've been training rigorously. They've got the Challenge League kids out there and a good blend of youth and experience. And Charlie White looks like he's going to be lining up at centre half. Another experienced custodian I'm looking forward to watching out there. Big Poison Ivy, looking forward to him throwing his weight about. We saw a couple of years ago in that famous Big Side Knights playoff game. Not afraid of getting into the fray, inserting himself into the hustle and bustle. We'll see what he can do when the whistle is not in his possession.
And Poison Ivy, as we'll be running with big old Ivan. Staple of the Croatia Glenorchy, I've no doubt.
And Josh McInerney looks like he's got the nod in goals. I was under the impression Stratos was going to be out there, but maybe McInerney's Manuel Neuer kit has just given him the edge.
Yeah, well, that's absolutely it. It has to be the Manuel Neuer kit because there's another referee that I'm frankly shocked to see left on the pine today, another one of their biggest numbers, but get a load of those goalkeeping pants too on Josh McInerney. The padding straight down the side, you don't see them featuring too often out and about, but he's gone the high-tech kit, but geez, he's going to want to have a bit more better distribution than that today. Slipping out of the gloves there, but we are all set for a cracking occasion, that's for sure.
There was some suggestion during the week that our match official was to be none other than Gabriel Marcage.
Oh.
Now, it was just an elaborate publicity stunt, it would seem. Nowhere to be seen is Mr. Marcage, our supposed match official. That's disappointing. Really, the over-under, him sending Tony off would have been a thriller to keep track of.
There is, yep, that would have been absolutely marvellous, but I wouldn't put it past Marcage to be lurking around here at any point. He does have some fine ninja form, so he's very capable of subterfuge and capable of indeed hiding from large groups of people.
Yeah, I haven't seen any step ladders out this way, but if anyone does, it could be a hint, but disappointing he won't be there. And interesting to see who is actually reffing this one. Will they favour the referees is the big question. Well, will there be ref bias in play?
I wouldn't be surprised if that is the case. You know, they tend to back in their own kind referees. They've got a really strong culture about backing in each other, even when they're wrong. And I think that's fair enough given the criticism that referees get at times, and often unfairly warranted criticism, but I think that could be a factor out here today. I think the refs will be backing each other in, and geez, if we see that kind of bias up here at Slice of Cheese, we will be calling it out immediately.
Well, this is, for a number of the Hobart United players, just a great chance to get a squarer after a long season. Will there be some revenge fouls out there? I'm not sure.
Oh.
We'll see. Looks like young Mr. Hamilton is going to be our referee today, so they have got an actual ref in the game.
I've heard that St John's Ambulance have actually got 3 ambulances around the corner because they heard that Tony Pert was lining up today, so wouldn't be surprised if there's a few raking challenges in there from the man.
So we'll run quickly through the team list. I'll go with the referees, and we'll see on the bench he was the captain, but apparently not anymore. Tony Pert, Alex Root, James Hamilton, Brenton Muir, Toby Butler, Ivan Jozovic, Big Poison Ivy, written as Poison Ivy, which I really appreciate. Charles Bidwell. Well, there is some unfair talent. I didn't even know he was a referee. That's controversial. I can't read that. Newt Gunray of the Trade Federation, I think. Latif Bradley, Jayton Last.
I really hope Newt Gunray is lining up in defence, because you never know, they could still be coming through.
There's going to be real potential with that, I feel, today. Stephen Roach, Thomas Mace, Liam Pullen, very good name. He's a handy player in this team. Monty Peace, hopefully he can inspire his team a bit more than he did in his futsal game last Sunday. Unlucky buddy, he'll get us next time. Michael Thane, just Copra.
Just Copra.
I think we've got rid of the Brenton. It is literally just Copra these days. Like
just
Prince,
taken,
like Elvis.
Yep, exactly. He's taken the Prince route and he's just said, I am a one-named being now. Just going to be running with Copra. I've dropped the Brenton. Bit like when P. Diddy went to just being Diddy, so full credit there to Copra for just turning himself into a symbol.
Yeah. Josh McInerney in goals there, ahead of Stratos, a bit of a surprise.
Yeah, controversy.
And the mullet, or former mullet of infallibility, Nathan Code rounds out the squad.
I'll be shocked here, but the referees have not actually written down Stratos Plamaris on this team sheet.
So is he just rocked up to the game in the goalkeeping kit?
There is every possibility that we could have to deem this result ineligible if we're the referees to win this. I mean, you've got to apply to them the same kind of scrutiny that they apply to us weekly. So we'll be seeing, it's going to be very interesting to see if they go with the ineligible player in Stratos today. Controversy already.
Although we've just got the square up because Hobart United have rolled out Craig Westwood on their bench. No sign of him on the team sheet. So both teams,
write him in, I reckon.
Both teams with a late selection. Yeah, get him on there. This is the official team sheets.
Yep.
Look, the refs have made a point. They want to win this game. They're a fired-up bunch. As far as I'm aware, Tony's actually foregone any actual referee training. They've just been full-on sessions for the last few weeks. And winning the toss and opting to switch everyone up. Shenanigans have started early here at KG5.
I like it. I really do like it, because that's the kind of thing that plays with the goalkeepers a little bit too. Go for a little jog. You know, they're a lazy bunch of goalkeepers, so might find that 100 metre or so sprint will just really mess with the lungs and mess with the brain with that denial of oxygen. They're not a fit bunch of goalkeepers, so expect a goal early on here, I think.
Yeah, we're ready to go, and the anticipation, the speculation, it all ends here. The big game underway. Charles Bidwell, that's his some handy ammunition, one of the rising stars of the game, like his brother. And Charlie White with an early touch here. Wonder what kind of a tempo we could expect from these referees today. So look to make some early inroads down the left into the middle. Charging through, he's doing nicely there.
Yeah, Brenton Muir looking to get in behind early here, looking to make all sorts of runs, and Charlie White heads in that direction. It's a beautiful ball there from Charlie White, but Muir couldn't quite bring it under his spell before he potentially earns himself a corner, but the referee's already giving some chirp down there to their own ilk.
That's going to be a factor, isn't it? We did think that maybe they'd favour them, but maybe they just want to stitch their mates up, which could be an even stronger motivating factor. As Muir switches this one across. Also, one thing.
They've stitched us up with the 2 number 4s out there already. The referees already pulling the shenanigans. So
Hobart United have got 2 number 12s as well. So really a tough day for commentators this one, but it's Hobart United on the attack here. And possibly Muir. I think that's Muir there. Yeah, that is. He punches this one down the line to Bidwell, leading the line today. Charles Bidwell. The switch is on. A barnstorming run here. First chance to be headed the way of the referee. Centering ball. Cut it back in there. And the other number 4 chips it into the box. And Hobart United will regain possession.
Is that Newt Gunray? Not been given a number there. Could well be.
Well, all right. Well, that's Newt Gunray of the Trade Federation, wearing the number 4.
Yep.
All right.
Brendan Muir, the other number 4. We'll work this out as we go here today.
We might upload the team sheets to Facebook and just give you an idea of what we're working from here. It's an excuse as much as anything.
Yeah, look, these team sheets look like a handwriting exercise from a bunch of grade 2 students. So doing the best we can here. But Hobart United just looking to get on the ascendancy here. Really pushed up the ground rather well. Referees looking to drop rather deep pretty early on. Just a little bit cautious there from the referees, but geez, that was a bit of a loose pass there from Peter Songer. He just lets that one in behind him, puts some pressure on the slower centre half here, the number 7, but a calm left-footed pass. Well, the goalkeeper just gives it the up and under. Dangerous ball coming back in there from one of my men, again, not named on the team sheet. The mystery man again.
There's a few of them out there.
Songer plays it into the meatball. One of my favourite nicknames that I've seen dished out by these Hobart United players. Certainly just settling into possession early here.
They got 2 number 7s as well.
They're just having a laugh with us here, calling. All part of the fun. Really is some noise coming down from that referee's bench too. They're up and about.
So the long diagonal, flat out here. Hobart United just unable to get a foothold on the ball just at the moment. The referee shading the early going. Here is Charlie White. Oh, look at that.
Wow.
The classy turn of the veteran.
That's
into
on the highlights
bullseye
reel.
he goes. What can he do now, White?
This is Ronald Koeman-like.
Oh, his path blocked off though. Just got a bit carried away there.
Falls to the meatball now. Meatball allows it to come inside, but again, it's just been turned over there to, I think, Brenton Muir, is it?
Yeah.
Number 4, but
one of the number 4s.
Yep, recovered by Hobart United here. Really good pressing coming in here from Bidwell. Oh, and it's turned over now. I think it's Newt Gunray, and he goes for it. Blazes away. As ambitious as the war with the Republic, that one from Newt Gunray, but maybe just a little bit selfish too.
Yeah, a misjudgment, much like getting into an alliance with the Emperor. You've just got to weigh the options up, the pros and the cons. It was a bad decision. He should have looked for the pass there, I feel. Yeah. And he's immediately been hooked.
Wow.
Oh, that is vicious coaching from the referees there.
They are absolutely merciless today, the referees. James Hamilton is coming on immediately to replace after, how many minutes have we got gone here? Only 4.5 minutes. That is just, jeez. Do you see harsher coaching than that?
That's got Tony Pett's fingerprints all over it, I reckon. He's not happy with that. He's gone, get him off, get him out of my team. You be pulling the strings on the bench there, don't you worry. No room for errors like that.
Incredibly merciless, I have to say. You know, standards aren't set like that, even under Chris Gallo's Devonport or the South Hobart of Ken Morton.
So, yeah. Charging through again is Muir, who's been prominent in the early going, but unable to get around Max Con, defending the flank there.
And you have to say, these referees too, they're giving the benefit of the position early on, that's for sure. Probably getting into their box a little bit more than Hobart United. Perhaps I dare say, just stacking the team with players like Bidwell in there. Now we've got the meatball. Meatball's got 2 runners up ahead.
Chris Ware there, not really where he does his best work. Needs to be hitting his feet in the box. He's not going to burst out of central midfield and carry it the length. Just need to, and a bit of disunity in the forward line of United right now. Fingers being pointed, but the pressure's on at the back as the chance. The opening goal is well shut down by one of the number 12s out there. Beautiful piece of blocking there from the centre half. United really unable to get on the ball in the midfield. Force back here, and here's a big chance for the opening goal of the game. It's Hamilton who rolls it into the back of the nets, and the referees draw first blood. Shambolic at the back that was, and I think it might have been Charles Bidwell, in fact, who scored.
Charles Bidwell with the goal there, but I think it may have been supplied by the man who's just been subbed into the game after 5 minutes of play. I think that was Hamilton dishing out the assist there, but cool clinical finish there from Bidwell. Got to give the man a bit of credit. It's all referees early on here. Hobart United look utterly shell-shocked. We know that they've got the class of players to get back into the game, though. Expecting big things from our man Meatball working up the right-hand side here.
There's the
and they got the ambitious halfway shot, and it's almost on target too.
It was a bang average effort in hindsight, but points for intent as the Meatball just looking to insert himself. A bit more intensity about United.
He just rolled away from the referees team like a meatball off a plate there, you have to say. Did the number 10, the big Meatball. This is a beautiful little bit of drinking play coming through here from the number 15, Akira. He's probably looked Hobart United's biggest threat so far, you'd have to say, Akira.
He has. Just on that Bidwell goal, has been pointed out, that's now more goals than Eddie got for the entire season. So nicely done there, Charles.
Just a little bit of family bragging rights earned there, potentially from Charles Bidwell.
Just a bit of a dig from our man, the stats man, Ben Smith here, just making sure we're appraised of that one. So if you're tuning in at home.
Beautiful stuff there, Smithy.
I think you'll be content with a team of the season selection, but couldn't find the back of the net, unlike Charles. Granted, he's just playing the type of role. The reason I'm not in this team, to be honest, just sitting up top, not tracking back. My type of striker, that is.
Curled in, goes to Songer. Songer just got underneath it a little, and the shot comes in from the other number 6, who we have just a man of mystery, whose name we have utterly no idea of. Some say that he played in the Czechoslovakian league for over 40 years, this fella, and he's just made it back here today and trotted out for Hobart United to just insert a bit of experience in here. All kinds of rumours flying about the past history of these players today. Many of them involved at very high levels in other countries, but they look for Bidwell again. Do the referees, but a little bit too much pepper on that one for him.
Just wonder if these refs aren't going down the old FIFA style of play. Get your Aubameyang type up top, the speedy forward, and just knock it to him and just spam the pace all day. That seems to be the early approach with Bidwell here. Back his pace in against perhaps a slightly slower United defence.
Richard Yates has gotten into an absolute acre of space over here on the right-hand side. This is criminal from the referees. If they could only find him, still in an acre of space. And they just can't find him because he made the run back and didn't keep pushing off the shoulder of that left back who was, getting well narrow.
Yeah, just lacking the faith. I think it's Liam pulling one of 2 number 5s. We've got pairs of numbers all over the park here today. This one is smashed out of there. So we've gone just shy of 10 minutes here. Tony just looks like he wants to insert himself. See if we see another sub. We've already seen one of the most ruthless subbings. Benchings, I think we've got the interchange system today that you'll ever see. Just 4 minutes onto the contest as
the Meatball.
The Meatball.
Oh, and just a poor touch from the man that he'd given the ball off to. Very impressed by the Meatball so far. But here come the referees. I just tried to do a little bit too much there. Did the number 2 for the referees team, who honestly, we again have no idea who he is. It's just, they've not decided to put the number 2 on the team sheet, so.
It's a cunning strategy. Yeah. And look, at the end of the day, the referees are the one who are going to be policing the team sheets. Why not use it to your advantage if, who's going to check up on them?
I think it's just a little bit of petty revenge from the referees. They've had us slating their decisions all year with our complete lack of qualification to do so. Had to put up with what is really quite ignorant punditry, and they've just said to us today, well, you know what, you can put up with a team sheet where you just have no idea who's playing and you can just look a fool, boys. So, top bander there from the referees again.
Yeah, good stitch up too, and made it look like they had given us the full team sheet too, and then they've just snuck a bunch of random numbers. Very, very sneaky stuff. Bidwell looming large over this contest early. The youngster, the distribution a little suspect at the back there, but it'll be Peter Songer to drop it off and carry them out. Across to Yates. This has really been the area where they've had all their possession. They've not been able to translate it to anything meaningful. They've turned it over to Bidwell. Bidwell with a shot from range! Just past the post. He spied the keeper off his line. The keeper hasn't been exuding a heap of confidence early, and he thought, I'm going to take you on, son.
Oh, rocket boot there from Bidwell. I've never done anything that good in my life, but I think that was that Brenton Meyer who just won the ball back nicely in the lead up to that. Drops it off to Bidwell. A cracking shot from range when the keeper, you have to say, looked a bit stranded, stick in the mud.
Just flailing out a bit. I think the fact he's not taking the goal kicks suggests to me that maybe not a regular goalkeeper.
Maybe.
Obviously, the fundraiser is for their goalkeeper here today, so.
I haven't seen that at KG5 since we had Nicholas Grunwald here a year or so ago. Just lining up, taking the goal kicks for the Zebs back in the day, and what a player he was. Got any kind of comparison to the centre back currently taking the goal kicks? We're going to see a good player out here today. I think this is Akira. Been looking like a killer early on today, Akira. Quite threatening up this left-hand side. Getting himself into pockets of space.
The ref's just playing out from the back quite nicely here, keeping along the carpet. Just a few too many young pups out there at the moment for me. They might be vulnerable just temporarily though. Charging into the box.
Oh, that's a penalty!
I'll leave you to die on that hill, Morgs. That is not a penalty any day of the week. And,
no, it's cynical from the referees. Absolutely cynical, I think.
Challenge from a number 7 who, again, is absent from the team sheet, but a good challenge nonetheless. I think it might be Zach Van Tour.
Not giving him the credit for that one, the referees. I thought that was a cynical challenge on a man that had just clearly gone well past them. And, geez, I dare say hypocritical potentially from the referees because they could send a man off for that. They're a harsh bunch. Just a bit of a poorly directed header there from the corner, though.
A double sub here. It looks like we've got Last and Nathan Code coming on here. Hang on, that's Nathan Code. I'm not trusting this team sheet one iota, Morgs. That doesn't look like Code. That's definitely not the former mullet of infallibility.
Outrageous.
Stephen Roach, maybe. Yeah, all right, we got 2 number 11s. It must be the other one. It's the Roach.
Ah, yep.
So the Roach is going to have a run. All right.
Well, they say that you can't kill him.
Nuclear holocaust could come and bang. He would still survive with the Roach.
And produce many offspring on shore.
How about United work your foot?
Imperious. Per Mertesacker, like you have to say there.
Waiting on the ball there, but Monty Peace just imposing himself at the back there, wasn't he? And now a good chance opening up. Keeper not really lending much support to the fullback here. Did not want the short pass, and in the end he retreats and puts it out.
You've got to say that Yates did pretty well there. Sanse had a strong career as a poet in the 19th century. Oh, beautiful ball into the box, and it falls to the Roach! Oh, but he just can't bring it under his spell there. Just a few too many limbs there for the Roach, just getting in the way a little bit. Did make a nice little run in there though, didn't he? And what a ball in. The header back across, and geez, the centre back there for the Hobart United has just gone to sleep. But Roachy just can't get up and over that one. Has earned his team a corner though by competing. And I think we've got Bidwell to curl it in for the refs with the early advantage. Oh, beautiful cross to the back stick. Charlie White, you just couldn't get up, son.
Look, he's been doing great work with the ball at his feet. Perhaps just needing off a little more in the air though, Nick Charles.
Oh, just a weak jump there from Charlie White. He's just really struggled to get any sort of elevation whatsoever. Plyometrics training, please, Charlie. Plyometrics. That's the only word I've got for you.
I'll give some credit to the defender as this one's swung. Bidwell wasn't even paying attention, but he still brings it down.
Well, he's defended it well. He's just chopped that one off from getting into the box, did Bidwell.
He's on his own race out there, and the refs maintain the attack here. Looking at the more likely early on here is, I think, Zach Van Toor charging forwards, sliding it out there, and a pass to a right winger who just vacated the position. So the best recipe for breaking down this United defence.
Yeah, not quite on the same wavelength here, but I'm shocked by Andrew.
What's that?
Dominant performance from the referees here, and I think it's just really the fact that they've stacked this team with talented youth.
Yeah, not surprising to me. I've seen the fire in Tony Peart's eyes talking about this game. They want to win this game, the referees. Don't you worry about that. And we're seeing it early on. Hobart United, a real battle on their hands to get back in this one. As one's just hacked out to the wing. It's not really giving much service there to the meatball. Just got to give him something to chase here. Here's Charles White again, the architect, just running through the midfield and trying to dissect this defence.
I tell you,
I
have liked his work in midfield today, Charlie White, you've got to say. He's using his strength rather well. Really hard to win the ball off an imposing figure like that. And he's lining up again, back stick here for the referees. Ball to be curled in. Oh, another beautiful cross!
Get in
and
there!
it's got in! And oh, we got who scored this goal. Absolute mystery man. Beautiful cross and a beautiful goal at the back stick though. And the referees are really starting to pile the pressure on them now.
Now the ball swung in here. The early dominance paying off. Swung in there.
And he's just completely unmarked there.
Jeez, there are holes in that defence like Swiss cheese. Can't be giving that much space.
I think we've got Toby Butler, the scorer there. So, geez, usually you've got the Butlers dishing out the service, but he's on the receiving end there was the Butler. Must be his day off today. Fantastic work and a stooping header at that back stick to just knock it in. I think they've picked that out as an area that they can work with here, the referees. They're looking to get it into the back stick from the corners at all times.
Yeah, they've swung several balls in that direction, haven't they? As United struggling with this youthful forward press that's being brought at them. I don't think they were expecting that in a charity match, to be honest, Morgs, the forward press to be brought out, but look at the way they're working in unison. This is just, great decision from the referee. That is fine refereeing. Don't be giving me a fair run here. We've got to make this a contest.
Yep.
Need some really one-sided refereeing to get United back into this at the moment, I feel.
If we're keeping track, I think there's it would be a 4-1 on the free kick count now in the favour of Hobart United. So just be watching that one throughout the day. Getting comfortably the advantage now. Akira showing some beautiful dribbling skills. Or almost given away in the centre of the park. Songa goes back to Akira. Just got a man lurking offside there in the number 12. Did Hobart United. Name could be Patrick. Name could be somebody else.
So here he is, the goal scorer. Named impact down the right, but he had all the time in the world to deposit that header. United working it forwards. The referee's defence has been well on top throughout this one. He's pulling, chasing back, and he just runs out of real estate there. And do Hobart United have any Rory Delap types in the squad? Is anyone who can heave this ball in there?
Doesn't look like it. It's the poet who takes it short to Meatball. He looks inside. The player out space in Akira. He just drops back and allows Meatball to take it. They're getting into a good spot here, Hobart United. Number 6 taking control, and geez, that looked a foul, didn't it? Doesn't matter. Advantage paid, and they are about to break into the box here, but there's all kinds of jostling going on over there, and eventually the referee has to stop it and just say to one of his fellow men, keep tugging on someone's shirt like that, and we're going to have to get out a slice soon.
I think he'd be fairly reticent to be pulling out the cheddar, we'll see, but Hobart United with really their best chance in attack. They've had this game. They haven't offered a lot in the final third, but a good opportunity here for the international man of mystery, aka Akira, to swing something in. Can he bring Hobart United back into this one? Ships it into the mixer, and the header's over the top. It wasn't far away there. Just over the bar. Their best effort of the game.
Beautiful looping header there from the number 6, whose name they have neglected to give us, but have to say, big fan of that hairdo on him too.
Absolutely is. United through the meatball. The meatball.
Not exactly a loud salad sort of game, so I'm going to have to go with the best salad of the day is right there. Meatball now. Oh, and he takes a soft tumble there, does the meatball. That wasn't very meaty from the man.
Just rolling off the dish there.
Yeah.
Referee not buying it.
And he's ended up behind the couch there. Well offside too. So he's got to get back up, get back on the plate and get into position because they're on the go here now. And I'm not sure that was offside. A little bit of, a little bit of bias there from the lineswoman over on the far side.
I thought it was clearly off.
You got a bit of bias. You got to work with those people every day too, Andrew. But you know, I call things as I see them, a bit like Alan Jones does. So.
Yes, absolutely. The voice of reason.
I've always been the voice of reason.
Yeah.
Oh, and they're getting themselves into a bit of trouble here. You can't play with fire with a man like Bidwell bearing down on you.
So I'm a big fan of the kits the referees are rocking here today.
Not bad, eh?
As this one's worked forwards, a good challenge there to win it back, and Hobart United will take it away. Yeah, big fan of it. The old Peru 1970 strip.
I wouldn't mind Clarence United rocking up in a kit like that. I wouldn't mind Clarence United playing as well as these refs are playing today. They've been utterly superb.
They've offered more goal threat than a couple of the times we saw over this year. Is again Pullen just defending his flank quite stoutly. And a triple change is being pulled here.
No,
it looks like
it could be. Is that a quintuple change?
I can't even keep track of what's going on the Hobart United sideline, but I can tell
this is a quintuple change coming in here for Hobart United. They have absolutely had it with their players. They think 2-0 down, you know, we're going to drag half of you for that. And they've just absolutely pulled out the ringer. And, geez, they're going to cause absolute chaos for us in trying to call the game now because, geez, we just have no idea who these blokes are. And, geez, I
can tell you one guy just came on, and that is Copra. The artist known as Copra.
Here we go.
And he has just inserted himself up top.
I tell you what I'm a big fan of. Those 1980s short shorts that we've got Copper out there in today. They are figure hugging and they are very, very kind to his figure too. Brilliant there from Copra. Although we do have children watching though.
There's two number 13s that have run on here.
Just to add a little bit more chaos. I think that could also be a tactic from the referees to just try and potentially get away with an extra yellow card or two. That way they'll start dish out one yellow card to 113 and he'll say, oh, well, that was the other one before. Cunning.
Not the 13 I was looking for though. The 13 on my team sheet that reads Poison Ivy. Still just waiting for our first glimpse of the big Poison Ivy. There's been no need for him, to be honest, just yet. Things going very nicely for the refs. 2-0 ahead. In complete control here. And Copra is now on and he's leading the centre. Playing the centre forward role. Monty Peace has just been cutting everything out the centre half there as the diplomat back there. Hobart United, there is a bit of a wind advantage, which, if anything, is favouring the refs a little, but they do need to pick up their play a bit here, the Hobart United boys. They're under pressure. The refs bringing this press.
Are just dominating with the forward press. You know, there's a few teams in the league that could take a few lessons out of the way the referees are playing today. You know, I came out here today just thinking charity match for the tragedy that's befallen a man unable to work at the moment that we're raising a bit of money for, but I thought I'd be getting around this.
Copra's on! Go, Copra! He's squares it! Oh, he should have got himself! Get a bit more hungry, Copra!
So they're just starting to dish out the abuse now, the commentary team. Extraordinary stuff. But yeah, not committed enough from the man there. So they call the best ref in the state.
Where's the selfishness? What's he doing playing the team game?
Yeah, no good.
Bit more me time,
you know, the referees have won me over, I have to say. I was expecting to be getting all around Hobart Zebras today, but rather Hobart United.
That would be a surprise too.
Yeah, definitely would be a surprise to be getting around today. But, geez, the referees with this style of play, this forward press that they're running, it's imperious. And it could be on again here, the refs. All the way out to Roach. Or is it just the fact that they've inserted all that youth up top to create chaos in the back line of Hobart United? Oh, what a turn there. That's one for the highlight reel. Oh, I absolutely love that one. We'll add that in next to Charlie White's one earlier. That is absolutely sending Copra to school there, I think.
Send him off to buy a hot dog. The The man of mystery lofts this forward, and Monty, the diplomat, Monty Peace, lofting forward. That's a pretty good ball, as it turns out. It's now a foot race.
Commit, Copra!
The keeper gets there. He just teased Copra there a little, I think, made him really run and think he'd get there, and then went, nah, it's coming to the box. It was good work, and Copra not exactly hustling to get back on side. He says, go on, boys, I've not got it in me, but the refs have got men lining up here. And it rolls out of play. This forward press is causing havoc.
Yeah, maybe a Viceroy or two too many there for the Copra potentially. Causing a little bit of trouble getting back on side there, but... Oh, look at that. That is a beautiful turn, you have to say. Copra, go get a hot dog, mate. Go get that hot dog. That was absolutely beautiful.
As Nathan Code just comes on in case there weren't enough number 11s out there. Another one's just inserted himself in Cody.
You know, yeah, well, that's exactly it. I'm starting to wonder whether there's just a binary message that they're trying to send to us today, the referees, because it's all ones and zeros out there. It's getting quite ludicrous, this base 2 numerical system. But heaved out by the Hobart Zebras defence. Looks for Meatball. Quite take the touch that he was looking for as Mo Salah gets onto the ball and typically twists around a few. Very Salah-like here from Salah Muhammad. Just held off the ball. I thought there was a little bit of a tug coming in there from Toby Butler. But the ball comes back again to the hands of Hobart United. Just a little bit of frustration creeping into the game there though for Meatball. Not enough seasoning on that one.
As Copra knocks this one back inside. Refs possessing the ball around nicely.
Oh, and that is onside.
It's a lovely looking ball.
Oh,
a chance for
it
number
is.
3. Offside flag was raised, and I am absolutely in support of that. 3-0 could be game over. This is the man in the middle right now needs to get this Hobart United side back into the contest a little for mine. Jake, he needs to start really looking to give his fellow referees a raw deal.
I think that the referees just copped a bit of a raw deal from their fellow ref. That was a tough linesman decision, but I absolutely love the tough linesman decision. Oh, it nearly came in there for the opening goal for Hobart United. Got you a bit of chaos in the box, and that's what we like to see. Bit of a full-blooded challenge, bit of the party trick to get out of trouble.
That is Zach Mansell playing alongside Peace, and they've been imposing the duo at the back for the referees.
And Yates has been put under a lot of pressure here. He's really struggling to deal with the pressure coming in from the referees, and Copra looks to shoot from distance, but he just can't manufacture the space that he required. Really encouraged by his team to get onto that one, but never looking threatening there from Copra.
No, but heeding the crowd's call to shoot, which I'm fully appreciating. Here's the man of mystery, Poison Ivy, warming up on the sidelines. That's exciting news, as here's a chance for the Meatball. The Meatball sliding it through. United looking for an opening here. Back to the man of mystery. They're knocking it around now. Our mystery number 6 from range. Well, that was well wide.
I thought it took a deflection.
Yeah, look.
More typical referee's bias.
Poison Ivy time. Well, here we go.
Wow.
This is the man the punters have come to see.
He's just given Copra a look too, and I think they hooked him. They're not happy.
Jeez, Copra.
Wow.
About 5 minutes after coming on, he's been unceremoniously hooked. Wow,
Oh dear. And he's looking a bit red-faced too.
Hooked. So, Copra is coming, giving his shift. That is the second most ruthless sub of the day, and
more ruthless, I dare say. If you've been subbed into a game, you do not expect to be subbed out of one. You can always think that the manager, Tony Pert, just got his tactics wrong in the beginning with that early switch, but geez, that was a bit of a terrible touch going in there from your man.
Just feed the Poison Ivy. That's what they need to do here. Fella up top, he'll be imposing centre forward. Seen him not afraid to get into the fray. So here's the ball in dispute in the midfield. The United players running into each other. That's a
silky
little turn there. And drops it back. Looking at further afield here to the Meatball. Being shadowed everywhere here. The Meatball looking to combine.
He's been the best player on the pitch, you have to say, Meatball. Most consistent effort. Probably stayed on the pitch for the most time of the best players too, despite the fact that the changes are being rung in by both teams. They're not looking to get the meat ball off the pitch, are Hobart United, but just a poor touch taken there for United. Turns it over again to the refs. And geez, they're in all kinds of space here. The right back just not really paying attention. It could be a poor touch. Is he going to keep it in? And it just rolls out and away from the feet of our referee there.
There's code. Just a diabolical first touch.
It was a diabolical first touch, and some say that a man with a mullet doesn't take a touch that poor.
I really do feel if he still had the mullet, he controls that ball a lot better.
And today, with the perfect golden sunshine that we have out at KG5, could really do with a glinting, flowing golden mullet to just really take full advantage of those conditions. And Codes let us all down by giving that a trim, I have to say. It was imperious, it was glorious, and it is now gone, and it is a tragedy. Could even be the anniversary of the big shave today, because it was gone at the start of the season. Do remember it from years gone by, though. Veil the mullet. Or valet, as I learned it was the other day.
So that's some very generous applause for that clearance. Skewed. 32 minutes gone.
When in doubt at the halfway line, mate, you just put it out of play. It's very clear.
The refs with a 2-goal lead.
Now, who have we got here, Andrew Cooling? This the fella that we've seen with the lovely turn, just coming out earlier. Definitely another one not named on the team sheet for Hobart United, but geez, I was absolutely impressed by that turn earlier from the number 13. Hasn't looked unlucky by any stretch.
Certainly not as Big Poison Ivy's first chance here. He's winning this foot race, the Big Poison.
He's committed to it though.
He's hustling.
Oh, and I like that, because that kind of forward pressure from Big Ivan leads to goals. Forces the turnover, and then the ball drops to another player, and then bang, the Cockroach has scored.
Well, they win the ball in this area thanks to him, and here is that man, the Roach, who chips it to the back post. Teasing ball that, well dealt with though.
I think we've got Jaden Last there rather than number 6, if correct.
I don't know what to trust with these team
certainly not looking as though he's in last place today, are these referees? But geez, they're not really helping out the meatball today, are they?
I mean,
Hobart United. He's looked there by far and away their most threatening attacking outlet, but just haven't been able to get it in short. A little bit of Adam Langenberg about the number 13.
Yeah, look, if there are a food, kind of a review of the meatball, from a restaurant type review, the food good, but the service terrible.
Oh, here we go. The quadruple sub coming in now from Hobart United. They pulled out the quintuple earlier, but now they're just going to pull out the quadruple, and geez, I think we're getting well and up and beyond the limit of subs allowed in a game here, Andrew. They've,
interchange, buddy.
I think, gone to 11 now.
Well, I'm just waiting for the moment where they manage to
Typical of the refs to change the rules.
I want to see them sneak a 12th player on, because I don't think anyone will notice, and that is the type of shenanigans that this type of game is ripe for, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I might just go and give the hot tip down there to Hobart United. Might need an extra goalkeeper at this rate.
I reckon they could sneak another one on there. And then another player in to try and get out of this press. They cannot play through it at the moment, United. The young pups in the refereeing department.
It's just there is a little bit of lack of pace up top, it seems, too, for Hobart United. Just the referees working hard, I suppose, in the NPL.
Surprising for a team with Mohamed Salah in it.
Yeah, well, exactly. You would have thought that he'd absolutely be really dominating up top. But oh, beautiful ball in. Poison Ivy! Oh, it was nearly a glorious finish too, just taking it on the turn. Almost Danny Welbeck-like. Just scoring a goal when you absolutely did not intend to. Marvellous stuff, but they're on again here. Can we get a beautiful cross into Poison Ivy? Oh, just couldn't quite direct that one. Good, the refereeing player in question, who is, yet another number 13, who could be James Hamilton, but really, we don't know.
I was having flashes to Zlatan there for just a moment when that ball came in and the turn began from Big Poison Ivy, but he wasn't the lion on this occasion. He was the gazelle. As Tony Pert looks like he's about to insert himself for the first time with the experienced White with him. So just trying to shore things up before half time, I think, with the experience of White and the hard man of the team in Tony Pearce, who, in his own words, is not afraid to put a proper challenge in. And we'll see who he's hooked here.
Oh, and he's given himself the big number 9 too as Tony Pert. Is he going to just put himself up top, or will he be snapping into a few challenges in midfield?
Midfield, I reckon.
Yeah.
He fancies himself the enforcer of this brigade.
And here he is. He's immediately working into space. Charlie White. Geez, just showing all kinds of dribbling prowess today is Charlie White. Marvellous stuff, and geez, the up and under there. Not sure if he's going to chip to attempt for goal or just a bit of a when in doubt moment. A little bit worried about a potential counter there. That was a pretty poor distribution, you got to say.
Just trying to put it up there. Well, so if they're splitting halves for the goalkeepers here, Mick and Ernie and Stratos, I reckon Stratos will be pretty content at the moment, given Josh Mick has been an absolute spectator this first half.
Absolutely bored out of his skin, I dare say, up there, which makes me even more shocked that he's gone with the padded hips track pants, because frankly hasn't needed them at any point today. He could just be in jeans and a t-shirt, frankly. Kicking it on back there, but here we go. Hobart United looking to get themselves back into the game before I think Muir comes in with a beautiful interception. Great first touch, gets into a lovely spot, goes past one, tries to go past three, and that was two too many. Hobart United look to get things moving on the counter.
Got a few lining up in the middle here. And that's a very sharp turn, but again, a lovely little foot in, and now it's White. The artist in midfield today for the referees.
He's actually quite a good dribbler, isn't he, for a bloke his size?
Just running the show, just taking his time, just going, I'll do what I want.
Oh! Give him a cheese!
Well,
cynical there from White, you've got to say. Just one of those awful challenges where you get somebody's grounded knee, you go clattering into it, and really I think his intent there is to just try and give him a sore point. That is just a horrible challenge.
Yeah, look.
Disgraceful, Charlie White, and you'd give out a cheese for that. Always has been one of the stricter referees around here.
Yeah, well, she's quite that strict. Mick and Ernie might be called into action for the first time today, and he passes that one comfortably. Easy pickings there for Mick. And he launches it in the big poison ivy direction. Just hesitated. Got to attack the ball a little bit there. Present up at it. Just backing off. Let the centre back in.
The referee needs to be making more blatantly incorrect decisions here, because you've clearly got to just dish out a free on the edge of the box for Mick and Ernie running out there. Get a few set pieces in dangerous spots into this game.
Oh,
poison ivy! With the hip and shoulder smackdown! Gotta love that there from Poison Ivy.
That's what he's there for. That's why he's been put in that position. The big physical presence.
He's there to dish out punishment. Jeez, and you hear people that like rugby league going on about how tough their sport is. You don't see hits like that in rugby league. I'm surprised that he hasn't been knocked into next week, that fella. Imposing from Poison Ivy.
Doing some of his best work as a driven free kick to test Mick and Ernie, but didn't have enough on it, and the wind just stood up in it a little.
You know, I've got to say, Mick and Ernie has no sense of theatre, because any man with a sense for the occasion fumbles that one and allows that into the top corner. That was an audacious effort. Did well to even get it on target, but now the refs are on. Muir clearly onside. Poison Ivy at the back stick. Can he get it over? Oh, that's trouble in the box for the ref, but he just manages on the second bite to get that down before he choked on his mouth full of ball.
Just couldn't quite find the big Poison Ivy. Is perhaps in a side the referees are getting worried. Charles Bidwell about to be reinserted into this one. So long range hits, just flying well wide of the mark in the end there from last. But, wide in the end, and a double sub now coming in. We've got Eugene Rosenvig, who is going to come on with Bidwell, and Monty Peace is one of the two coming off. A very good shift for him through 40 minutes. Just give him a few extra minutes to freshen up at half time, but he's been a rock at the back as the diplomat. Oh, and he's not happy.
He's not happy with the sub.
He's throwing the vest. He's not having it.
Absolutely furious. Tony Pert has caused some controversy with his management out there today. And you can't be subbing a centre-back that is playing that well, and he's rightfully thrown the bib at the ground. Outrageous, Tony Pert.
Got to worry about the team chemistry in the second half.
Oh, Poison! As he attempts to curl one on Relike there on the turn from big Poison Ivy. Magnificent. Just couldn't wrap his foot around it enough. Look at that. You don't see techers like that in the Liga, boys.
Beating all ends up there. And the audacity to try to bender from 25 yards. He's not short on confidence, big Poison. That hits fired him up a little, I think. He's in the zone now. But with 5 minutes just before the half here, United desperately need something. They can't afford to concede a third hit.
You know, and I have to say, Hobart United looking even quieter since I've lost sight of the meatball on the pitch. Oh, and McInerney comes, and didn't he come well? He's just thumped that down the pitch. Beautiful distribution, really, for Poison Ivy to get up and compete for that. You know, he hasn't had much to do, McInerney, but when he's had something to do, it's been good.
He has indeed, and another chance for last. He centres this one. Dealt with at the back, and they'll knock it back there to Van Vinden. Oh, nice little turn. Out of trouble, and he ran into a bit of trouble because the enforcer was there, but bounced off him, and they keep going United. It's a poor pass. Look up. Hamilton, I think, charging forwards now for the referees. Might be Brenton Muir, sorry, and he puts it out wide, and they are lining up in the box here.
Oh.
And he couldn't pick him out. Then the ground cross made something of nothing there in the end and wins a corner. But need the aerial cross onto the head of big Poison for my money there.
Well, I think they'll be lining him up off this play, Andrew.
Just get in front of the keeper, I reckon.
Send McInerney up.
Well, Stratos.
Send McInerney up. I've had it with this conservative play from the referees. Get in there, Josh. I think we better give Tony the shout at halftime that there's got to be a few more things going on like that.
Yes, they're just taking it a little too seriously for mine, the referees. So the corner is worked into the near
That's
post.
a shot.
Flexes in the back of the goal. It is. It's I don't know who's got the last touch. It's bubbled over. It could even be an O goal. Big Poison seems to be claiming it. We'll see if he actually got a touch on it.
I'd claim it too. I'd claim it too. I'd be just about ready to give it to the bloke taking the corner. As we have a look now, there's a touch from a Hobart United player. There's another touch from a Hobart United player. Poison Ivy is nowhere near that.
That is an audacious claim.
He has attempted to call that as Poison Ivy, but he is about 2 metres away from it. Charlie White comes in and gives him the kudos. But I tell you what, boys, you are blind if you think that you've scored that goal.
I'm starting to understand a few of the goals on team sheets I read throughout the year now. If Charles White is awarding that one to Big Poison, there is a necessity for the dubious goals committee, and that is just why. Because there is no way he keeps that goal.
We'll be having that taken off him, I think, and I think we'll be dishing that out as an own goal to Albert Ruzi. Unfortunately.
He's not impressed here. That was, in his view, a proper challenge, and he's been pulled up for it. Didn't want to replay if that one, Ash. Is just looking to involve himself. Was Pert, knocks it past him, and then takes a bit of a theatrical tumble, in fact.
Ah, geez, that is soft. From a man known as the imposing Englishman. Oh, Poison Ivy's in here. Is it just going to sit up for him? Oh, the referee's just fumbled it too. Oh, Poison Ivy nearly let in.
Jeez.
Wowie. It's just letting Poison Ivy grow up the walls there, was the ref. Don't mind the distribution here, though, from the man with one of the nice pieces of skills earlier in the day. Not quite there, really, though, with that clearance.
It's just the presence of Poison Ivy that unnerved the goalkeeper there, I think, caused the fumbles. He knew what was lurking.
I almost felt that the referee was just trying to buy a little bit more time to get to half-time at the 3-0, but yeah, really. You've got to be a little bit more careful than that referee with the double fumble. Or rather, he's not a referee, is he?
No, he's not. The referee's presence just certainly me. Well, the ref has said no stoppage time. I've had enough of this. We'll take our 3-0 lead into the sheds. Thank you very much. And look, they are looking the dominant team here. United going to need to change things up pretty dramatically in the second half. As it stands, the refs all over them. And
you might need to trot out for Hobart United, mate.
Well, I've got a green top on. I am available if they do need a poacher, but the issue is, Morgs, I do my best work in the 6-yard box, and they've not got the ball there all game. I don't think I'd fit this system.
No, that is true. You've got to Pay mind to that, but that was a beautiful goal there from young Bidwell to get things started for the refs, and he's been a big part of their pressing game so far in the first 45. They've been really rather imperious with the way that they've set up, and I think that is the man Tony Pert just setting a bit of organisation in. And that was a wonderful goal there too at the far stick, just unmarked for the stooping header there. But all referees so far, before we'll have a look in a second at the own goal that Poison Ivy controversially tried to claim as his own.
He thinks he's playing ice hockey rules here, the nearest man trying to claim the goal. That's not how it works in our code. Although, to be fair to Poison, I think this was Charlie White trying to give it to him.
Oh dear. Oh dear. You know, it's just gone straight through all of them. And we'll be back in the second half for more shenanigans, I'm sure.
Hopefully a fight back. United, let's hope the hairdryer gets pulled out in this halftime break.
Let's hope. Really good pressing coming in here from Bidwell. Oh, and it's turned over now. I think it's Newt Gunray, and he goes for it. Blazes away. As ambitious as the war with the Republic, that one from Newt Gunray, but maybe
just disunity in the forward line of United right now. Fingers being pointed, but the pressure's on at the back as the chance. The opening goal is well shut down by one of the number 12s out there. Ball in the midfield. He forced back here, and here's a big chance for the opening goal of the game. It's Hamilton who rolls it into the back of the nets, and the referees draw first blood. Shambolic at the back that was.
The game though, expecting big things from our man Meatball working up the right-hand side here.
There's the
and they got the ambitious halfway shot, and it's almost on target too.
It was a bang average effort in time, to be honest. Just sitting up top. Not tracking back. My type of striker, that is.
Curled in, goes to Songa. Songa just got underneath it a little, and the shot comes in from the other number 6, who we have just a man of mystery.
The Meatball.
Oh, and just a poor touch from the man that he'd given the ball off to. Very impressed by the Meatball so far, but here come the referees. Oh, I just tried to do a little bit too much there with the number 2 for the referees team, who...
This has really been the area where they've had all their possession. They've not been able to translate it to anything meaningful. They've turned it over to Bidwell. Bidwell with a shot for range! Just past the post. He spied the keeper off his line. The keeper hasn't the moment for me. They might be vulnerable just temporarily though. Charging into the box.
Oh, that's a penalty!
I'll leave you to die on that hill. Opening up. Keeper not really lending much support to the fullback here. Did not want the short pass, and in the end he retreats and puts it out.
You've got to say that Yates did pretty well there. Had a strong career as a poet in the 19th century. Oh, beautiful ball into the box, and it falls to the roach! Oh, but he just can't bring it under his spell there. Just a few too many limbs. The refs with the early advantage. Oh, beautiful cross to the back stick! Charlie White, you just couldn't get up, son!
Look, he's been doing great work with the ball at his feet.
Oh, another beautiful cross!
Get it!
And it's got in! And who have we got who scored this goal? Absolute mystery man. Beautiful cross and a beautiful goal at the back stick though, and the referees are...
the forward press to be brought out, but look at the way they're working in unison. This is just... great decision from the referee. That is fine refereeing, don't... And a mystery, aka Akira, to swing something in. Can he bring Hobart United back into this one? Shifts it into the mixer, and the header's over the top. It wasn't far away there. Just over the bar. Their best effort of the
salad of the day is right there. Meatball now. Oh, and he takes a soft tumble there, does the Meatball. That wasn't very meaty from the man.
Just rolling
work at the moment that we're raising a bit of money for, but I thought I'd be getting around.
Copra's on! Go, Copra! He's off the pass! Squares it! He should have gone himself! Get a bit more hungry, Copra!
So they just started to dish out the chaos in the back line of Hobart United. Oh, what a turn there! That's one for the highlight reel. Oh, I absolutely love that one. We'll add that in next to Charlie White's one earlier. That is a tough linesman decision, but I absolutely love the tough linesman decision. Oh, it nearly came in there for the opening goal for Hobart United. Got you a bit of chaos in the box. Oh, and that's what we like to see. Bit of a full-blooded challenge. Bit of the party trick to get out of trouble. With the pressure coming in from the referees, and Copra looks to shoot from distance, but he just can't manufacture the space that he required. Really encouraged by his team to get on
here. Back to the man of mystery. They're knocking it around now. Our mystery number 6 from range. Well, that was well wide. He's not winning this foot race, the big poison. He's
committed to it though.
He's hustling.
Oh, and I like that because that kind of forward pressure from Big Ivan leads
Welcome
to
back
goals.
Here for the second half of this charity game. The FFT referees v Hobart United. A dominant first half from the referees. They've been all business. Perhaps too business for our liking up here, but a 3-0 lead. And perhaps with the wind at their backs, United can get back into the second half, but they're going to need an improved performance, Jake.
Yeah, I really think that they are going to need to be much improved, but the thing that did it for me was that they took off the man, the Meatball. The Meatball, the man that I've been banging on about all day, has been looking there at biggest attacking threat, and now with the wind at his back, expect it to get him rolling, but The other big news out of half-time is Stratos Plamaros lining up as the goalkeeper, the big number 89.
89.
89.
That's fantastic.
You know, once again, I don't think the referees would allow that sort of thing to really occur in the game, which once again shows how outrageous they can be. But it'll be Hobart United to get things going, and they have indeed. Just looking to spread the play early on. United liking this little bit of a change up here. We've got Yates coming out to our left-hand side now. Just looks to prefer the near side and work up and down right in front of the cameras. Does Yates?
Yeah, well, let's hope someone's had a bit of a word with young Matthew Westwood, I think the referee is, and got in his ear at half-time and told him, you've got a big influence on this contest. You can get Hobart United back into this one.
Yep.
A few controversial decisions here, a suspect penalty there, a red card for Tony Peart there, suddenly game on.
And we'll just draw your attention to, on the screen at the moment, to the GoFundMe to help Manoli today. Man stricken with injury, unable to work at the moment. So just a reminder to all those listening in that today's a charity match to help out a man currently unable to fulfill his work. Lovely of Hobart United to get around their community and organise such an event, which we're more than too happy to support at Slice of Cheese and Football Fed Tasmania, and Buy on Stream, of course.
Yes, fantastic work coming on board at Buy on Stream here is not such fantastic work. That is bang average.
Tepid. Oh, no, tepid's being kind there. It was worse than tepid.
Toby Butler, I think, the guilty party there.
Yeah, poor service from the butler there, and that could easily get you dismissed from your employment. Clearly not living up to his name in any sort of way. And we've got Cesc Fabregas now in goals for Hobart United. It's absolutely a big name signing for Hobart United to bring in. Just got the cap out today, does Cesc. Traitor.
Probably required on a day like this. It's a beautiful day out here at KG5 for football. Pity we don't have more of it this time of year, really. I mean, just as the weather gets good, we pull up stumps on the season.
Yeah, damn shame. But nearly getting in behind there was a bit of imposing work from the referees. The number 3 here, the Silver Fox.
Michael Thane, the savvy veteran up top here.
Yeah, true. Silver Fox, savvy vet. Take your pick. Cesc Fabregas with the thumping up and under with a bit of off spin on it. More imposing work back there from the referee's defence, but they're looking a bit disorganised at the moment. And it's that man, the meatball. He's streaking in. Can he get a decent cross into the box? There's 2 bodies in there. He just goes himself a little bit too far, though. And the shot from distance comes in, dribbling away. And Stratos,
Bronx.
He takes a beautiful first touch and unfairly deserved the Bronx. But, it's poor distribution there from Stratos. Just turns it over, Hobart United into a dangerous spot. This all directly coming from Stratos' poor distribution and mistake. Getting onto the ball now, Hobart United, just working it around, a little Arsenal-like here, just passing it around the edge of the box. But, geez, imposing there, I think. Is that last? No, it's definitely not last, but...
Roach, I think.
Getting involved, that's it. The cockroach always survives.
Well, you mentioned Arsenal a moment ago. It was a bit Arsenal. They're trying to walk it in. Just a new goalie who's just shown a little shakiness. I'd be trying to test him out with a shot from distance here from Hobart United. Put the pressure on the new keeper in this game.
Clearly took a touch.
Yeah, this referee is just doing far too efficient of a job here, young Westwood. Although, that said, he may not want to alienate his employers. He may not want to be the black sheep of the refereeing fraternity. There could be all sorts of pressures on this young referee today. He might not have the option to be horribly biased and get United back into this one. Alternatively, they could just start, playing a bit better football to get back into it.
I suppose that not all young people are as arrogant and overconfident as people like us, Andrew, so fair enough that he wants to fit in with the refereeing fraternity, but geez, you've got to be a man of the people too at times, and the people say they want more shoddy decisions against the referees here today.
And they've got another corner here. It's been a better start to this half from Hobart
I
United.
really think that the wind is a bigger factor than we thought it was.
It's picked up
today
in the last 20 minutes, and it certainly has been a factor.
Maybe just these players lacking a little bit less power than their NPL counterparts, just meaning that the wind does come into play a little bit more. But here come Hobart United. They take this one short. Cross is curled in. Oh, it's a cross come shot, really. That was, geez, another metre lower, and that could have threatened, really. Peter Songer getting involved there. Apologies if you're not called Peter Songer, but that's what my team sheet says.
Yeah, look, I don't think we're going to have that much accuracy today. It's there's about 4 people with the exact same numbers out there. Here's Monty Peace who's back on there. And
pretty good at times in that first half was Monty Peace.
The Diplomat's been fantastic. There's Eugene getting involved, but he's copped it up here to Mohamed Salah.
Oh, very Salah-like.
Counting onto the left and firing, and Stratos, well, he's got the curtain down.
Oh. They're all around him, and that is, once again, some poor distribution from the right arm of Stratos. He needs to do a little bit more.
Right decision.
Yes, referee. Oh, and that is outrageous! Outrageous from the referee. He has bowed to the pressure of the referee's bench, bowed to the superior numbers, and just reversed the decision. That is truly outrageous, and we want to see more of it, but maybe just going the other way a little bit.
The other way, yes. He's landed on the correct decision. We don't necessarily want the correct decision here.
He said to them, look, you're 3-0 up, and yep, I'm just going to give you the decision that you need when you really need it. Outrageous stuff there from Westwood, the young referee, and I think he has just about got the fans ready to jump the fence. Outrageous.
As looks like Peart crunching the numbers here on the bench. He's a notepad. He's got something planned up down there. He's just taken off below for a second. See what they're cooking up, the referees, because it's been a good start to this half from Hobart United in their best 5 minutes of the game. Although, talk about the curse of the commentator there, the referee's back on it quickly, trying to build, but reel up and under one of the various number 11s competing for it. And then out wide looking to keep it in and just volleying it up there in front of the Gabriel Marcage Memorial fence.
Oh, that actually has to be the permanent name for it now.
Certainly is.
The markage, perhaps. The point at which Marcage was allowed to observe proceedings throughout this season under the cloud of a several game ban for abusing that man, Tony Peart, I think it was, out there. So just one of the more colourful moments of the season was that from Gabriel Marcage, and he will be missed. I feel like I've lost a family member, really, because he certainly brought the colour to Tasmanian football.
He did as Songer turns on this one, threading it through, looking for Mohamed Salah up against Rozovic and Stratos. Sharp off his line and then just whacks it out of play.
Really good ball playing work from the centre back there. You got to say he's getting involved.
This one's chipped up over the top. They're trying to win it back. A bit scrappy at the moment this game. It's Roach will weave through, but United win the ball back, and the international man of mystery is on it now. Drops it off.
The thing that I love about Akira too is that he's just the one name moniker as well. Just Akira.
I eventually landed on that. It was just a number there for a while. The referees, maybe the side's just gone into their shell a little bit. Don't know what the fitness is like. Fairly rigorous fitness regime Peart wants to install, but they have, I mean, I suppose they've got about 20 players, so fresh legs shouldn't be an issue. They'll keep rolling the interchange.
Well, they don't have the option of starting to dish out cards late when they want to slow things down to the referees today, so they're going to want to be making sure that they did prepare the best that they could coming into this game.
Copper about to be reinserted here.
Yeah, for another 3-minute spell before Purdy hooks him again, I reckon.
Yeah, see how long he can last. We'll start the timer from the moment he gets on there. It was just utter savagery in that first half.
Copper clock
Yeah,
in that top corner. See how long he'll last.
I mean, it's a tough one. Yellow cards dished out by Copper this year versus minutes played. It'd be fairly similar, I reckon. It's Hobart United under some pressure here. Alex Rood, I think, charging through. He dropped it back off. Slaloming run. Big shouts. Michael Thane pouncing on it.
Oh, he's taking a tumble.
Big chance there for Thane, but couldn't find a way to beat the defence. Scrambling recovery there from United. Best moment of the half.
Yeah, that had me worried for a second there with Thane. I was, geez, almost going to have to call the ambulance. He'd had a pretty serious fall there, the old fella. But just imposing defence too. And he's thrown in a little bit of a breakdance there too, Thane. A little bit of a 360 spin there. Getting involved. And getting involved well.
And Copper just
threatening at the top, Thane.
Heads straight to the striking position. Assuming his role up there that we saw him very briefly in the first half.
It's outrageous.
56 minutes and 5 seconds he's come on at. We'll see if he can last more than 5 minutes this time. Monty Peace. Back to Stratos, whose distribution just lacking there. And
that's 3 out of 3. You know, if Tony Pert is going to be dragging Copra for not getting on the end of a few, geez, you're going to have a strong case to insert somebody else into the goals there, and it could be this man next to me, Andrew Cooling. Although it could cause a bit of chaos with the kit that you've worn today with the green shirt and the black shorts. Oh, not bad from distance there too.
Stingy effort. Look, I was tempted to have a run in there, but I think I'm better served up here just criticising and sipping on my beer, to be honest.
Might just have to trot out there and sneak on as the 12th man calling later on if things don't turn around a little bit.
Just a bit of pitch invasion. Security does seem fairly light here today. But let's hope United can do without me and they can find a goal. So they've worked their way back into this one, but the referees with a 3-goal advantage. It's a sizable lead they enjoy. There's a slightly younger looking Hobart United team in the second half too, I think. They've sensed the urgency and they've perhaps seen the scandalous tactics of the opposition in the first half, bringing the full-on press with the young pups. This is chipped to the back post. And trying to catch Stratos out, but unable to do so. This one just chipped up there. Stood up to the back stick. No threat to the goal of Plomaritis there. We'll see how his distribution goes. It's been dicey and he goes the short pass this time.
It appears that our commentary room is also the poor distribution again there from Stratos. You know, that is 4 out of 4 that he has put out of play. This is just getting disgraceful now for the referees. You know, if anybody's going to be letting Hobart United back into this game, it's that man putting his defence under real pressure. 4 out of 4.
Because the international man of mystery just runs circles around Copra. And here is salad of the day. You've dished that out prematurely in the first half.
Prematurely. That is one of the most outrageous bejeweled salads that I have ever seen, and boy do I love it. Who have we got here on the team sheet? We've just got
he's not on the team
a true man of mystery here.
The salad.
Number 3. The salad it is. Look at him glint in the sun. That could be 15 karat gold at least, I reckon. Oh. The shot from distance just thumped into the plush pink body of a referee. Absolutely smacked into him there. Ball played up and over the top. Yep, imposing there once again from the referee's defence. You don't want it getting through to Stratos to distribute. Ball comes out wide now. Yates plays it into the salad.
Oh, the offside flag.
Oh, they're doing it again.
You can't be raising the flag even if he's offside. You've got to bring some life back into this contest, Borgs.
Referee's just out. Oh, and then he's done it. He's completed the simple pass there. Quite happy with that there.
United need to just start working a few shots from distance here, I think. Stratos looking increasingly shaky there. Maybe he's a shot stopper and the distribution's the worrying bit, but his work by foot has not inspired confidence.
Nope.
This is Man looking a little more at sea than he does when he is the man in the middle running the show. Firmly in command when he's running the middle, but
absolutely.
Today the pressure is on, and United showing some signs. A goal is what they need to get back into it. Mo Salah scored more than just about anyone in the world last year.
Oh, they're on here.
Here he goes. Watch for the cut back inside to the left foot. It's surely coming.
It's going to Meatball. It does go to Meatball. They look to play the 1-2, but Meatball gives it away. His influence is just starting to wane a little bit.
Just got to pull the trigger here, Morgs. They're just hesitating too often.
Oh, that's salad. That is extraordinary. You have to would love to get a name out of there for that one, because Paul Hunt's salad of the week. If you have missed that salad as the ultimate champion of the year, Paul, you have made a mistake.
I reckon he would have covered too many Hobart United games with his MPL work, to be honest.
It's a damn shame, to be honest. He needs to work harder, really, does Paul Hunt. He's overpaid and underworked, I dare say.
I'll tell you what, Gabriel Marquez just questioning the fitness levels of Tony Peart and suggesting maybe that's why we haven't seen much of him today.
I think that...
A real call out there.
Yeah, I think that could be a pretty reasonable shout there, Gab. I think where it's well documented how when people get under fatigue, they tend to make poorer decisions, and I know that your training methods as a coach emphasises the ability to perform when under fatigue and make the right decisions. Geez, that's a bit worrying there from Stratos too, so... Yeah, I think you're absolutely onto something there, Gab. Fitness is an issue here for these referees, and just thinking that Hobart United could be running over the top of them very late.
The wind definitely a factor too, but they need a goal, and the only way to do that's by actually launching a shot rather than walking it in. The Meatball dispossessed here, and unfortunately Zach Van Tour and Monty Peace have just been imperious in the heart of the referee's defence. They've been absolutely rock solid, those two. Just shut off everything that's come their way. He's one of the various number 11s out there. Fancy little back heel to the salad.
Oh, that's one of the highlights reel there, Ash.
Yates,
what a beauty.
Doing well in the salad.
That is clearly a Hobart United throw. Oh, and once again the referee with the bias.
Or the correct decision.
No, Andrew.
Same thing,
You're
though.
blind, mate.
No, it's the same thing.
True.
Don't get me wrong, I'm on the same page as you.
Oh, and yep, they're a little bit worried.
They're worried.
They brought Copper on earlier, and unsurprisingly, all Sting went out of the attack soon after, Andrew.
Yeah, they've not been able to get the ball up to him though. But a little less energy, and Bidwell's just been inserted, and he's dropping deep, perhaps to start receiving some of these balls coming out from the back where it's breaking down.
Yeah,
Sign of worry. Rosenvig here.
Copra just pulling a little bit of rank, allowing himself to be the lead striker for this team when he's offered very little so far, I think. But Rosenvig getting involved too, wasn't he? Doing a good job. I think he found Roach, or Last, in there at some point. Centre back imposing, clear free kick. Outrageous!
Thank you. He's just let the advantage go. And now, anything on target has got to be a threat here.
Really got to. He's looked shaky so far, has Plamaris.
Stratos Flomaritis has looked quite vulnerable. His distribution has not inspired confidence, and a big opportunity for United here. If they're going to launch a late fight back in this final 30 minutes, it has to begin here. They need something. A free kick opportunity is as good a moment as they could have asked for. This is a dangerous position.
Oh, we got over this ball.
It's an inexperienced keeper. He won't turn around and show me his number, so I haven't got a damned clue.
Well, I'm liking the look of the salad and the meatball at the far stick here on the rebound. Oh, that's a beautiful curling free kick, but just about a half a metre over the top. Probably Hobart United's best moment so far, threatening very well from that free kick. The ball's turned over here to the Salad of Glory, but the Salad of Glory turns that away to Bidwell. And he looks up and finds an offside player, and the poet Yates is going to look to get things going again.
64 minutes have ticked by. It was the number 6 at the back. It was a driving force in the first half for United. Slightly sloppy touch there from the meatball on that occasion, away by Zach Van Toor. Now Roach unable to make any Way through that. That's a terrible back pass. Puts his team under all sorts of pressure, and the referees are on here. He's just going to charge himself. The number 9 scything towards the goals. Lays it back off towards Roach. Now Bidwell getting involved. Charles Bidwell being forced wide.
So has he come all the way down from Devonport?
It certainly seems so.
Great lad, getting involved in a charity game, coming down. Jeez. Good to see that sort of community amongst Tasmanian football, Andrew Cooling.
I'm more cynical. I think Pert's paid his way down here. He's
right.
wanted, you know that Simpsons episode, Homer at the Bat, where there's a bunch of ringing superstars that Homer conjures up? I was expecting a similar type setup here today from the referees.
Yeah, Danny Allsop, I heard, was rumoured to be trotting out, but...
you know, Bidwell, not a bad consolation.
Yeah, no, you'd do worse. Been pretty impressed with Cesc Fabregas's distribution in goals for Hobart United too so far. He's certainly managed to get some real distance on his kicks. This youthful referees lineup now is really starting to turn the screws. Copra once again getting into a poor spot. The ball comes out to Salad of the day, and the Salad just puts on the afterburners, but didn't quite put them on enough. Just tracked down there by the referees, number 9. The ever-imposing Thomas Mace, I assume, just gives him the mace. And that is appalling from Copra. Oh, Lord, I don't know how he hasn't gotten a slice of cheese for that. Disgraceful. He'd send himself off. Why aren't you, referee?
Copra, you're kidding yourself. He wouldn't have given it a foul. What are you on about? That's
actually fair. That is fair, Andrew.
There's the shot from distance with the calling. And that is an absolute screamer of a goal.
And we haven't got his name, the number 6, but he's going to live on in history. That was extraordinary.
That is just an absolute peach. He has belted that. Strato's not a damn chance he's getting near that up in the top window.
It's moments like that that make a life. That was an extraordinary goal from distance. Just winds back with the right boot and goes whack. And Plamaris had no chance. Imperious stuff here for Hobart United, and they're back in the game.
They needed a lifeline, and their centre-half's giving it, and I tell you what, when it rains it pours. The pressure is mounting. The Salad here, the bling Salad. Bidwell looking to force the issue. The young pups are going to try and get back on it here, I think.
Don't mind that, the bling Salad.
As this is chipped back in the Bidwell direction. Lays it back off. Punching it in there was Mace. Here's Copra with a chance, and laid it back to Roach, who turns and he goes and lays it back to Eugene. They've copped it up.
That was an outrageous goal.
It really he's picked his spot. He's going, if I put this on target, you are beaten. And he's picked out the top corner from 40 yards.
Just, Jesus, magnificent.
Extraordinary stuff.
It's a goal that good all year in the NPL.
And now with 23 minutes left, is there hope? Well, an absolute howitzer of a shot like that.
Well,
a couple more of them.
I think I'll just be running with the cannon for him today because, geez, that's the only thing that you can compare that shot to. Heavy artillery.
Yeah, just wheeled it out and went bang. Gave Hobart United just a glimmer. Just a glimmer, and I wonder if the referees are considering getting Charlie White back out there, because they've lost control of the midfield since White left this contest. He was masterfully dictating, and now they're under pressure, and it is the bling Salad tearing off at Zach Van Toor here. Oh, Van Toor defended it nicely. Cool, composed stuff. And that's why he has just been...
Well, I have enjoyed the work of the bling Salad so far, though. He's looking to get involved and always looking to attack. United just working it up their left wing at the moment, but a poor pass just feeds it out the back. The ref's back in control. Hooked away. Oh, it's fallen. Oh, but just couldn't play it through. A rightful appeal for handball in there, I think, on Peace, but just couldn't quite get that going. Oh, yeah, beautiful pass there from Copra. His first really good bit of involvement today. Bidwell now running it. Geez, it's the cannon, isn't it? The cannon boot just wins out there, showing brilliance in attack and defence. Before Bling Salad probably earned his team a throw, I thought.
some more movement on the referee's bench. Well, we've got 2 number 13s on the team sheet, but that was certainly not Copper or Poison Ivy, so I'm not sure who that was coming on. There was a 3rd number 13, in fact.
Jesus, that's just as outrageous.
So the referees just sensing the game is turning here. Under pressure as the half-time
well
subs
held on the run there by
doing
Bling
well.
Salad.
The Bling Salad having a hit, blocked off by Zach Van Toor. Now it's the Meatball, shaping to shoot the Meatball. He just couldn't quite direct it.
That took a touch. Jeez, these referees today, I'm not sure, the actual referees, not sure that they've got a sense of the occasion, because that clearly took a touch, if you ask me at least.
Yeah, again, we're not striving for accuracy from our refereeing today.
No.
We want the
theatre.
narrative in the contest here.
We want theatre, we want narrative.
Not any 3rd minute winners, that type of stuff.
Yep. From poor decisions.
Yeah. These people not watched a soccer aid or a charity aid type game here. It's dial up the shenanigans a little.
Yep. We need to just insert a bit of Serge Pizzorno from Kasabian in, I think.
Well, we've had our surge moment right there, I think.
Yeah, true.
That classy goal, and suddenly it is opening up. A big chance here.
It's a
Copra
2-on-4.
looking to go on the end of it.
Oh, and he just made the wrong run there, did Brenton Copra. But they're back on here. Hobart United spread the ball out wide to Yates. Can't really spin a lyrical web there, can the poet? But he'll look to get things going again.
And some more subs, and we've got Craig Westwood just being introduced here. The coach of South Hobart Super League team. Looks like some big shoes to fill, though.
Oh, it's some very big shoes.
The Meatball's been hooked.
And he looks like he's done.
He's taken the kid off. He looks like his day is done.
That's a tragedy.
So no more Meatballs. We are out of Meatballs at KG5.
The Meatballs have sold out at KG5. There's only a few sausages and a couple of beers if you want to get over here and support Manoli. So do get down for the last 15 minutes if you can.
This one's volley forward in the Copra direction. And now a long searching ball. A test for Stratos here. Oh, Ventura.
How's the distribution? How is it?
He's got the drop kick, and it's his best one today.
It is the best one
The
today.
drop kick. He's found the Tekkers now. And speaking of Tekkers, that's Hamilton. I'm not entirely sure. But
I don't know. We'll add that one into the highlight reel, though, I reckon. We've had a few good moments today.
classy
That was
stuff.
beautiful distribution there from Plamaris, and a beautiful touch from the number 9.
Thomas Mace, I think.
Yeah,
Although, hard to know because there's 3 number 9s.
no, exactly. He could be Thomas Macy. Might not be.
Oh, there we go. White back on.
Yeah,
They
I
need-
was just thinking that, Andrew. They've just taken control of that midfield battle again.
Need him on there. The general, really.
Very General Sherman-like.
He is. There's Copra from the angle. To the back post. Goal! Oh, it's all Copra. Copra sets it up.
I'm not giving him
4-1.
that. I'm not giving Copra. Can we give Copra the credit for that? I reckon he's shooting there. I reckon that's selfish.
He's made an intelligent run. He snuck in behind the defence. A wonderful first touch, and then he's picked out the man at the back post. That is fantastic from Copra.
That is a shot.
That is perfection.
That is a shot.
And that is 4-1, and that is young Westwood in the middle really needing to dial up the
dear.
refereeing bias now, because Hobart United are in a big hole. More shots from distance required. Get the cannon on there.
Yeah, I think they've got to move the cannon out of centre back and just maybe put him up as the number 10 and just start having a whack from distance a little bit here, because even if they do turn it over for a goal kick, there's been some worrying distribution from Plamaris anyway. It could be some of their most threatening occasions, and he's done just that. He's come up, had a shot, son! Oh, and he goes to the Bling Salad. Not offside! Outrage!
We've got to get rid of the offside rule for these next 15 minutes, just at this end of the park.
Oh, the lineswoman over there is killing me.
I mean,
I suppose, look, to be fair, correctly interpreting the rules, but
that's
don't
not
know
what the
if
occasion
today.
calls for.
Don't know if today's about that. This is an ad hoc football game.
There's no assessor here. We're the assessors today, and we want partisan hackery.
Fabregas has a shot. Let it roll. Plamaris.
Oh, Look at him directing traffic too, Stratos Plomeretas, just going, you move out of there, Vantor. I'll give it to you. Here's one of the myriad of number 9s just sending it down the line. Piece of defence there from the cannon. Saving the day.
Best on today.
Well, I'm going to stick with Monty Peace for best on today. I think he's been an absolute rock at the back as Charles White.
That's a dive. That's a dive. Absolutely get out the slice of cheese for the dive there, Charlie Whitewood. And that is cynical from the man. That is a dive.
Wait for it.
That is a swan dive. Slice of cheese.
I'm all for it. That is masterful simulation.
A bit of Billy Bremner about that one.
What a save! Oh, what a stop!
Off the crossbar, and then Fabregas following up the second effort with a fingertip save over the top. Masterful goalkeeping. I reckon he got a touch on that too. It's a double save from Fabregas. Incredible from Fabregas. He's pulled off the double save. He's tipped it onto the crossbar, and then he's tipped over Charlie White's effort after he unfairly earned a free kick from an absolute swan dive, did Charlie White.
You're kidding yourself, as this has swung well over the head of White, but a chance here as it's worked back in, cleared away. No one back home but Monty Peace. Misjudges a little. Look at the wheels!
The pace!
Oh my word, the wheels on this man!
Oh,
number 11
that's exciting.
Stormed! Wow. He had Peace under pressure there.
You do not see pace like that very often.
Like a cheetah. Bearing down on his prey.
Just marvellous. And that's the kind of refereeing decision I think I want to see. There was clearly a touch on that.
Don't be intimidated by Poison Ivy.
Come on, Westwood.
Trying to influence the referees here is Ivan. And I hope it works against him.
Yeah, I hope so too. Westwood needs to have a bit of courage here and just tell the older heads in the refereeing fraternity to just call it. He's in control today. He'll make what decisions he please. Hopefully heavily biased in favour of the losing team because we love an underdog. That slice of cheese.
It's the referees who've just started to pick back up and put the flag's raised. The flag's raised.
Yeah, brilliant from our lineswoman out here on the near side. Been thoroughly enjoying her work today.
Fantastic decision, that one. Well, I'll tell you what, Big Poison Ivy's dishing out plenty of chirp on the sidelines, but where has his presence been in the second half? A brief cameo in the first. Been unsighted really since. United, though, need 3 goals as Zach Mantour heads away. Just a little too good in the heart of defence today. Charlie White back to the number 9. Now they're building. Hobart United struggling at the back just a little. Copra searching, and there was the chance for the big dive from Copra. There was contact. He should have taken the dramatic tumble.
It was a little bit of a body check there. I would have certainly gone the swan there, I think. So, beautiful first touch off the chest here, but Monty Peace, he's been imperious at the back, hasn't he?
Yeah, as I said, I'd be giving him the
Swooped
MVP.
in and read things very well today. And
it's been the base of their success, hasn't it? He and Van Tour in the heart of defence. Defended well as the cannon chips over, top to the bling salad. Can he track this one down before the byline? He does. Have to go back and chase it.
Oh, well done.
He moved that here. Still going the bling salad. Give him a free kick for effort, just about.
The move was as shiny as the bling salad right there, but they're on here, the referees. Just absolutely streaking away here. It's definitely not Copra, the number 13, but he looks for the other number 13, Brenton Copra. Falls to Charlie White in midfield, typically holding onto the ball well there, Charlie White. Can twist and turn well. Magnificent ball through to Bidwell, who just tried the fancy little trick, which we don't mind, but couldn't pull it off, unfortunately.
Yeah, great intent, though, from Bidwell.
The cannon now, spreading it out wide, but it's going to fall to Charlie White in midfield, who unsurprisingly gets a toe onto it, but well whacked away there by the Hobart United defence.
Here we go. The calls have been heated. Big Poison Ivy about to be inserted into this game again. And Monty Peace is the first man being pulled here. And this has been the Rock of Gibraltar at the back.
Yeah, a little bit harsh.
Hamilton coming off for him, and who's the Big Poison Ivy going to replace? He'll replace Copra, so like for like up top. Big experienced ref, and the big target man, the Poison Ivy, just sneaking up there into the box and might just peel off to the back post here, I reckon. We've got a chance if you can pick him out. He's snuck open. Oh, Westwood, the coach there, sneaking in and defending well. And Hobart United on the break.
Oh, Bling Salad with the wheels. Get it up the left side. No. Here he goes. He's on. Oh, a little bit of a heavy touch there from the Bling Salad. Oh, clearly took a touch from the referee there too, so I'd give that a corner there.
Again, being refereed appropriately, well, so properly rather than appropriately. Just
I need to just get out over and have a chat to a couple of these referees, Andrew. I can take the call for a minute or two if you need, if you just want to insert a little bit of controversy into this. I mean, you have to put up with the complaints of referees about being targeted by those in the community for poor decisions that they make at times, but geez, surely you can have a little bit back at them. Constantly the referee's defender, Andrew.
I feel like this is an issue with Tony trying to raise the standard. Blink
That's
Salad.
No!
Where's the sense of occasion? Where is it? It's lacking. You can't keep blowing these attackers offside.
Go over word. Got to go over word, Andrew.
I've not got the influence to be able to change anything, Wilkes. You're grossly overestimating my ball. You think I'm going to change it? Here's the Blink Salad.
Don't
Oh, no! We've just got to do something about this offside flag.
Gee, come on.
I mean, once again, it's the correct decision.
I know he's a metre offside, but you've just got to let it go in this style of game.
Oh, boy. Again, the correct decision has been made. Where are the referee errors when you need them? He's been absolutely spot on just about every time. It's been a very good referee performance. That's not what we wanted though. As the cross comes in and Stratos with a safe pair of hands.
Yeah, let's see how safe the distribution is. Oh, the drop kick again, and the drop kick is brilliant.
He's found the technique now.
Yep, he's just got to go the drop kick each time. The cannon boot showing a bit of noose there. Getting spread out to the right hand side. It's been all Hobart United over the last few minutes, and the cannon can score from here. Have a shot. He just looks to play it over the top. Bling Salad, he's onside this time. Just breaks through Bling Salad. Who's he got in the middle? Works it around. Oh, he goes himself, and I don't mind it with a little bit of a pirouette and acrobatic trick at the end too from Bling Salad. Say what you want, but the man has entertained us today as Bling Salad. He's got some good wheels up this left-hand side and a loud hairdo. We are enjoying it. The cannon boat now. Oh, he's again from distance! Oh, exciting.
You're going to blow a gasket here in a minute, Morgan.
Exciting.
That was nowhere near. He's
got the form, though. He excites you just when he's winding up.
Good commentary from Gabriel Marcash coming in here, just suggesting having Tony Pert in your team is like having Tinder, but without any matches. Pretty useless.
Oh.
His presence is unexplainable. More unexplainable than the 9 minutes of extra time awarded by Brenton Copper and Devonports. Look, I can't explain that. That was a thoroughly enjoyable game and deserved 10 minutes of extra time. Absolutely it did. So some good chirp coming, but my retort is why...
So who got taken off in the ambulance in that game is the question to warrant that extra 9 minutes. I'm with Gab here. That's an outrageous amount of extra time.
I think the only one who ended up in an ambulance that day was me, unfortunately. Yes.
True.
The throw-in will be taken. Charles White.
Oh, that's cynical there from White. He just overruns it. We've got to see a slice of cheese out there today. But Hobart United just trying to get things going. You know, it was a poor first pass, but he's just kept bustling through there as the number 11. And they're on here. Bling Salad looking at the top of the box, but that was clearly a corner too.
I'll tell you what, the chances on for the number 5 to set up the number 5 for the goal there too. The 55 strike partnership there. So Stratos, without its drop kick technique to serve him this time, just massages one up there towards Code. A pretty good little ball in the end, but didn't make much of it. One of the 5s in there, and then the third 5 on the pitch in Bidwell wins it back. United pushing. Code with the foot in again. Here's the Bling Salad looking to turn. He's in a battle here at the moment.
Fancy.
Sneaking inside, centering ball, and now the shot is hit. Oh, Stratos with a good parry. Strong keeping there from Pomeritis. Gets down and keeps it out. And really, with just over 5 minutes to go, that one needed to be in the back of the net.
Ref. Oh, we may have an actual injury here. You wouldn't imagine that this is the kind of game where players are spending a bit of time trying to waste it. Although that could be typical referee doggery, Andrew, as one could put it. Just trying to waste a little bit of time here of the referees. They're a little bit worried about the speed at which Hobart United have been coming at them. Inspired by the plight of the men that they are supporting today, Hobart United are finishing this game rather strongly.
And they find some late drama here. They're going to turn to the substitute bench to try and find it. Not a lot of time left for them.
Is this the man who pulled off the Cruyff turn earlier?
I think so. Yeah, it's only paired.
Oh, it wasn't proper Cruyff turn, but geez, it wasn't bad. Stratos gets things going. Typically poor distribution throughout the day, but that one did end up at the feet of Bidwell. And that one's just managed to be kept in. Going to put the defence under a little bit of pressure here. I think Poison Ivy could have telegraphed where that one was going. Or kick there from Charlie White. Does it to flop in over the top. Bling Salad gets his wheels going. And that little bit of extra pressure caused, I think that's Muir, to belt that one out and away.
Yeah, another corner here. Late in the piece for United. They're going to bring on
a 12th man.
Oh, they've done it.
That's marvellous.
I don't know if they have actually.
Oh,
the player before it actually already left the pitch. That's disappointing.
Oh, damn.
They'd gone for a little bit of deception there.
Oh, I was really hoping.
Cunning ploy.
I was really hoping they were sticking on the extra man there, were Hobart United, but they've gone the honesty route.
Oh, and it looks like our head of refereeing is going to be cited for the second time today. No, he's got to share the love around in his role, but I'd like to have seen a little bit more of the midfield enforcers today. It's not been much of Pat out there as Bidwell trots off. He's come on, made sure they've got that an extra goal for breathing room. Now we come back out there. The ring-in star from up in the north there.
Given Copper oh, no, they haven't.
Oh, he's pulling Poison Ivy.
Oh, dear.
So there seems to be some sort of rule that only one or two of the senior refs are allowed on at the same time. As Piet enters the fray. Throw in. Oh, that's a blatant push.
That's a blatant body check, ref.
Got to be calling it.
Sort it out, ref.
There's a chance through the middle. Silver Fox on the end of this one. Pops it wide.
Spreads it.
Time is starting to become an enemy of United here.
Jeez, this is just like Tic-a-Taca Barcelona right there between the two of them. It is on here. Referees on the break. Beautiful combining play. Tony Pert gets stuck in, and what a beautiful ball it's ended up. And correctly flagged offside.
Oh, look at the agony on Pert's face
I
there.
absolutely love the work of the lineswoman down here. Marvellous stuff. Got to flag that every day of the week.
Absolutely. We want correct decisions in this game. It's basically what we've been advocating for. The flag up there and spot on as we've got about 90 seconds left. Can't think there'll be much, if any, added time whatsoever. So perhaps into the final 90 of the day. If we're giving out an MVP today, who would be your selection, Morgs, for this one?
Jeez, I'm going to find it hard to go past the Cannon. Or just bling Salad for sheer enthusiasm, but geez, it's going to have to be Peace, isn't it? Or it's going to have to be Bidwell up top for the refs. I think they've been the two most influential players out there today, but I've been very, very impressed by the Cannon, the Meatball, and the Bling Salad for Hobart United. They've all been pretty magnificent. Enjoyed their work today. Been happy to get around it for a good cause today too. But worst on, I think, is one that we're going to have to give out today too. I think Charlie White deserves a bit of a shout too. He's He's been
Worst
pretty
on?
good to. No.
I was gonna say, I've got
for
him in
playing
my
all
best.
right, but,
I've got him in my best.
yeah, when we get onto the worst on, I think, jeez,
I think
Stratos could be copping it from me. The distribution's been poor.
it has been the lack of Peart's mere presence in this game disappointing. Copra flattered to deceive.
Yeah.
But he has got the assist at the end of the day. So we'll give him
that was an attempted shot.
But
Don't give him that.
I'll tell you what, in the best two, the player I'm guessing is Zach Van Tool. The man who's wearing the number 7 on his back and the number 12 on his
cannon.
shorts has been great. It's the cannon. Surely a chance for a double here. The cannon charging towards. He's just going to pull the trigger. Just needs to light the fuse and boom.
He just hadn't kept his powder dry at the cannon there, and then looked to go the shot and just found salt and water all in that. He's going to go again.
At full time here at KG5, the referees get their victory. A 4-1 win over Hobart United. At the end of the day, the money raised will be the more important factor today. Please donate if you can, if you've enjoyed our absolute nonsense, or even if you've just tolerated it barely. Please do give, share the love, and help out Manoli. But it's been a wonderful day here at KG5.
Quite enjoying.
Good occasion.
Beautiful example of community football at its best, I would say. But above all else, what a goal from the cannon.
Oh, absolutely.
What a marvellous goal from the cannon. He was player of the game. He was absolutely imperious, but we'll just have a look at his mistake in the first half that led to Bidwell's opener. But I'm all about his goal because it's moments that make a life, and that was an incredible moment when he thumped that in from 40 yards earlier on. Have a look at their second, the stooping header at the back post. Some pretty good work there from the referees. It was great delivery on the corner, but I've got to say, probably a little bit of lax marking, that far stick. And the third goal too, it was chaos, wasn't it, really?
It was.
We thought...
White tried to give it to Ivan, but...
I reckon Ivan just tried to claim it.
I don't think Ivan suggested that at all. He's White just pointing at you buddy.
Yeah, he's done it. Yep, White's given it to him. Poison Ivy, just the sheer presence in the box has wheeled that into the net. So marvellous work. And here it is. Have a look at that. What a goal from the cannon. That's just extraordinary. And look at the saunter, just back to the centre back spot. Cool as a cucumber, doesn't give a damn. He's going to enjoy that one on the highlights reel though. That is one to just stick away in the top drawer of beautiful memories. And Copra here with the cross come assist to wrap it up for 4-1 for the referees today. But magnificent occasion and good to raise some money for Manoli.
Indeed. So I think we words exchanged here post-game between the sides. We might depart. So I don't think we're going to pick up any of the sound from that one anyway. So thanks for tuning in to this special fundraiser. It's been good to just have one last call for the season, pull ourselves out of our Excel for the time being. And
a call that we can be pretty agricultural with too, which we quite enjoyed.
Anyway, thanks for tuning in. If you haven't already, please donate. And until our next stream, whatever that may be, after this, who knows what it'll be. Until then, it's bye for now.